Hey guys, Tim Ford here, and today I want to show you how you can use some simple masking techniques to get a picture of a subject in front of a sunset where both the subject as well as the sunset are properly exposed. Ordinarily what you get when you try to shoot something like this is a picture like this where the subject, in this case a truck, is properly exposed, but then the sky is obviously overexposed, or you get this where you get the nice sunset but now the truck is underexposed. And I know you could use a flash to illuminate the truck, but I'm assuming you don't have a flash. So this is how you do it in Photoshop to get a shot that looks more like this. So it's really easy, and let's get started. So what you want to do is first take one of the images and copy and paste it into the other, creating a new layer. So let's go ahead and I will hit Control A. I'll go to, which will select the entire image, then go to Edit, Copy. Go to the other image and hit Edit, Paste. And what that does is pastes this image into this image as a new layer. So you can see I have two layers, the sunset and the truck. And what we're going to want to do now is paint out the overexposed sky, which will reveal the sunset beneath. So the way you do that is by creating a mask. And masks are down here. This is Create New Mask right here. Hit that, adds a layer mask, and this is your mask. So what you want to do now is make sure that your foreground color is black. Make sure you're using the brush tool. You can hit B on the keyboard to turn the brush on. Left and right brackets on the keyboard will enlarge or make the brush size smaller. Let's make a nice large brush, and we will start to paint out this overexposed sky, revealing the properly exposed sunset beneath. And as we get closer to the tree line, we can make this brush smaller and get in there and refine that edge a bit. And this is non-destructive, so you can go back in later and repair anything you might have messed up, which we'll do in a second. You can see I'm not getting this perfect, but I'm getting close enough. So let's finish this up. Okay. So anything I might have messed up, if I reverse or invert these two colors and turn this to white, now my foreground color is white, and I go in here and start painting, I'll actually paint back in what I originally had painted out. So this is all non-destructive. You can really refine this, but I think you're getting the idea, or I hope you are. Let's go back, refine that. But you get the idea. So already we've gotten, the truck and the sky more or less where we want them to be. Now, what I'd like to do is make that sky a bit more vibrant, a bit more saturated. And the best way to do that is to go down to our properly exposed sunset layer and go to Filter and choose Camera Raw Filter. What that'll do is load up that layer into the Camera Raw filter. And there's a bunch of controls over here. We're interested in clarity, contrast, vibrance, and saturation. So let's do some vibrance. Crank that up, crank up some saturation. You can see the oranges are getting a lot more orange. Some clarity to bring out those clouds a bit more, and then some contrast. That's about right. Hit OK. And I will undo and redo that so you can see what I just did. So undo, you can see the sky kind of flat looking, and now it's a lot more vibrant. Right. And we can do the same to the truck. If we want this truck and this ground to be a little bit more vibrant looking, a little bit more metallic looking, click on the layer up here to highlight it. And make sure you click on the left side of this layer, not the right, because the right side is actually the mask. You want to click on this to make sure this is highlighted. Go back to Filter. Choose Camera Raw Filter, right? And now we're working with just the truck, and we want to add some clarity, add some contrast. Let's say OK to that. I'll undo and redo that. So you can see I've kind of added more punch to that overall image down at the bottom, and the image looks a lot better. You started off with something that looked more like this, and now you've got this. And next what I want to do is I want to crop this and straighten it a little bit. So if I hit C on the keyboard that activates the crop tool. And if I highlight over here, drag down, you can see I'm straightening it up a little bit. Let's push enter. I like that a bit more. And the last thing I want to do, and I probably would refine some of these edges too, but I think for demonstration's sake, this is fine. What I want to do now is add a vignette. And the best way to add a vignette is to either merge these two layers together or make a copy of them merged. And the fastest way to make a copy merged layer of these two layers is to hit Control Shift Alt E on your keyboard, and that will make a merged copy of both of these layers. And now you have this layer on top all by itself, and it's these two layers kind of smashed together into one layer. And now all I need to do is go to Filter, choose Camera Raw Filter again. This time we're going to go over to Effects, and down at the bottom you have this Post-Crop Vignetting option, which if I drag to the left, I can start adding a vignette. And you'll see in a second here why I do that. So let's undo and redo that so you can see what I've done is kind of drawn visual interest more towards the center of the image to make it just a bit more striking of an image. So that's about it. So you started off with this and we ended up with that. Pretty cool and pretty easy. So I hope this helped you guys. Talk to you soon.